honor veterans today, and courage can show itself in any number of ways, from on the football field to off of it. In 1967, one man, Rodney Davis, showed the ultimate form of courage during the Vietnam War. As the Marines celebrate their 250th anniversary, Jason Kelce has the story of one Marine who personifies sacrifice.
Valiant, selfless, courageous. Words that describe Sergeant Rodney Davis, a 6-year Marine veteran.
Just knowing that your grandfather did something like incredible and put his life on the line.
How old were you when you learned about your grandfather's actions in Vietnam?
Maybe like 5 or 6.
Offensive lineman Tyler Steen spends his weekends protecting the right side of the Philadelphia Eagles offense. A fitting connection since his grandfather, Rodney Davis, always embraced the role of protector.
He protected his siblings. If there was ever any trouble in the neighborhood, they could count on him going in and taking care of whatever.
Shortly after graduating high school in 1961, Davis joined the Marines. In September of 1967, Sergeant Davis found himself in the thick of battle in Vietnam as platoon sergeant.
His role was a right guard. And as a right guard, he was basically third in command of the platoon. He made sure all the men had anything they needed.
Davis and his platoon were under attack from over 2,500 Vietnamese soldiers.
And the NVA were just coming at them. And they started throwing grenades. Sergeant Davis and his 5 Marines with them were in a trench. And it was almost like a ballet. Grenades would land in the trench, and the Marines would jump out of the trench, and it would go off. Then they'd jump back in the trench because so much enemy fire coming at them. And finally, one grenade went high and made the Marines duck their head, and they lost sight of the second grenade.
A grenade had landed in that little hole, that bunker, and he, saw that and decided to go and cover up the grenade and absorb the blast from the grenade and save a bunch of people's lives. So.
It's wild, man.
Yeah.
Sergeant Davis jumped on a grenade to save the lives of 5 soldiers. A selfless hero, dead at the age of 25.
All 5 of those Marines were white when he was African American, at a time when Jim Crow South was still prevalent in Macon, Georgia, and elsewhere.
He gave his life for other, he gave up his life for other Marines.
On March 26, 1969, Sergeant Rodney Davis posthumously received the Medal of Honor. What does it mean to your family, your grandfather's sacrifice? Do you guys talk about it often?
Yeah, I think it means a lot. Just kind of, again, knowing that type of sacrifice that he made is like something that you definitely want to try to live up to. I can, honor my granddad by go out there and play and try to play to the best of my ability.
Your grandfather, when he made this decision, was 25 years old?
Right.
You yourself are now 25 years old? Have you thought about that?
This is somebody that, when I'm growing up, it's like, oh, he's a hero. Now that I'm his age, it's one of those things, again, that just brings it even more to perspective, just kind of, the magnitude of it.
Just an amazing story. And on this Veterans Day, we want to give a special shout out to a friend of the show, Mina's dad, Peter Kimes, for his 20 years of service in the U.S. Air Force. Mina, I know this means a lot to you.
Yeah, obviously very proud of my dad. Born on Offwood Air Force Base, grew up on a bunch of Air Force bases, and it was just his birthday, so I want to also say belated happy birthday to Pete Kimes, who's the reason I love football and also just the rock of our family.
Gives me chills. So well said.